There's nothing wrong with you. Research shows and studies show that about 50% of women have the ability to squirt, which means there are 50% of women who do not have the ability to squirt. But all of this research varies on the statistics and the numbers, and all of the research is pretty minimal on female squirting. And so I think that number is skewed. I believe that more women have the ability than they believe they do, except for the fact that we watch squirting through mainstream porn, and it shows squirting as someone literally like a fire hose from one freaking side of the room to the other, and that's not realistic. I think that a lot more women can squirt or have squirted, and they just don't realize it because it's not a lot of liquid that comes out. So let's discuss the amount of liquid that can come out, because when you Google how much liquid comes out if I'm squirting or with female squirting, it will give you a variant from like 1 milliliter all the way up to possibly a cup to a cup and a half. Yeah, that's how large the variant is. And this is because every single woman is different and every circumstance is different. Meaning if there is someone who is well versed in squirting and they're really comfortable and they feel really secure in it and they feel really safe, they may have the ability to produce more liquid. Someone who is a first timer who may not feel very safe or may feel insecure about it, they're probably only going to produce a little bit of liquid. It can be as little as a dribble and as much as a gush. It all depends on the person and the circumstances. So I believe that more women squirt than they actually realize it, because they think it needs to be like a fire hose, when in fact it can be a little dribble. Now let's explore the idea of like, I've tried, and I just can't. There's something wrong with me. No, there's nothing wrong with you. Just because you can't do one aspect of female pleasure doesn't mean that there isn't a treasure trove of other things that you can do to feel pleasure. There is still female ejaculation, aka creaming. There is still the 12 different types of orgasms a woman can have. You can still experience pleasure on so many freaking levels if you can't do one or all three. It's not, and like pleasure, ladies, we got to stop treating it like a goddamn checklist. Like your overachiever brains, they need to take a back seat. This is supposed to be about recognizing how good something feels and allowing your body to do what it naturally wants to do, rather than treating your pleasure like a to-do list and it's something that you just need to check off. And if you don't have the ability to do something, it's not about looking at it from a point of lack, right? Of like, oh my God, this makes me not good enough, or why can't I do this? Your body physically just can't. And there's nothing wrong with that. And making yourself feel bad about it and not being able to achieve it is going to, in general, not cause you to achieve it ever, because you're going to hyperfixate on it. And like I said before, if we hyperfixate on things, they don't happen. We block ourselves from doing it. So stop going into your sessions, solo sessions or partner sessions, with this idea that you have to achieve all of these things in order to feel maximum amount of pleasure. Because when you approach the situation from that angle, you will never feel maximum amount of pleasure, because you will get in your head rather than focusing and being present on the moment and the feeling, which is what you're supposed to do during solo sessions and partner sessions. And also, gentlemen, because I receive this message from men and women about my partner, either from men, has squirted and now she can't squirt. What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. Your partner it's like, squirting is not a performance. This is about your partner feeling the best in her body. And if you add pressure to the idea of her squirting as a source of validation on you and how you are as a lover, that is going to innately stop her from being able to squirt. And ladies, you should not be squirting for the enjoyment or entertainment of other people or their validation and whether or not they are a good lover. It should be about you and feeling good in your body and just enjoying the moment in a pressure-free zone. If it happens, it happens. Awesome. If it doesn't, awesome again. It shouldn't be so extreme. And I'll say on the other end too, if you have the ability to squirt, do not be freaking embarrassed about it. You go do it. You do it with full velocity. You have a great freaking time. And don't be self-conscious about what is my partner going to say? How my partner is going to react. This isn't about them. This is about you experiencing the utmost pleasure possible. And there are so many women out there who get so embarrassed by it because of the misconception when it comes to female squirting, which I believe we spoke about yesterday. Don't be embarrassed about it. Your body is doing what it naturally wants and needs to do in order to feel that climactic release that your body desires. And in order for you to squirt, or when you do, your body is then rushed with so many great feel-good hormones. You deserve that. So don't be embarrassed by it. Embrace it and go do it as much as freaking possible. And this even goes for all of the women who are commenting on my videos about like being extra wet when you are fully aroused and having your partner say something and making fun of you because you were extra wet. They were the problem here, not you. You were fucking amazing. Your body did what it naturally needed to do, and you should feel no shame, guilt, or embarrassment about it. And if you were with or was with any partners who ever made you feel like shit because of that, I'm sorry you had to deal with it. But like I said, it was never you that was the problem. It was their own ignorance, their own shame, their own. Don't let that define you. And if you were extra wet, that's fucking amazing. Some women out there would kill to be in your shoes. So don't be embarrassed about that either.